Today we are going to be recapping and reacting to a bunch of things related to movies, TV shows, just news pieces, what is going on in the internet in relation to things going on in our favorite pieces of media. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. So, starting off with this clip this post that you've already seen on screen. Scarlett Johansson is reportedly being eyed for Mother Gothel as Disney resumes its live action Tangled. Guys, I'm somebody who loves Tangled. I regularly watch the movie because my daughter right now loves Tangled, and I think it's a great movie. Always thought it was a great movie. I worry about when they start making things live action. Doesn't always flop, but I'm not necessarily excited for it. But Scarlett Johansson as Tangled's mom? Come on. I understand that you kind of want to throw her in everything like you've done with The Rock and like you're doing Pedro Pascal, but this just isn't it. There's a ton of things that I'd be comfortable like with Scarlett Johansson as, but I just cannot see her like playing that particular role. I've seen a lot of people talking about, and I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the actress's name, but the girl that plays in Agatha All Along, I think that she would make an excellent casting and kind of like looks like the mother. I don't know if that's like a dig at her or something, but realistically, I think that she would do a good job. Let's see what some people on the internet had to say about this. Oh, there we go. Catherine Hahn. I wasn't familiar with the actor's name, but like, think about how good that would be. I think that would be an excellent casting for that. It's like a no-brainer for me. Plus, she's a very good actor. Let's see, these three right here. I think all of them would do a decent job. I kind of like the idea of, I'm sorry, I already forget her name, the girl that we just took a look at, but you know what? It does seem to fit. Oh, Catherine Hahn. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad that people feel the same way. And I have seen a lot of people talking about that. I hope they end up moving forward with that, because I wouldn't like to see Scarlett Johansson with that. Alright, this is a post from The Real Crash Bandicoot. Unnecessary sex scenes with Illumination in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This got 4.6 million views. I could only imagine what the replies are going to be like to something like this. Let's get into it. Just flat out and banger. Oh wait, that's the same person who posted it. Come on. I'm so confused by this post over here. There was another reply that says, oh my god. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I thought I didn't expect to look at like a stupid post today. Who the hell's Glam Dozer? Lubba X Glam Dozer is gonna go crazy? Oh my god. Dude, could you ever imagine? You know what? AI is gonna get there one day. What? Shigeru Miyamoto talks Illumination's Mario film Luigi will have sex. Is this a joke going around that I'm not familiar with when it comes to like the Mario movie? Because I haven't seen people talking about this. I assure you that Bowser Mario's sex scene where Peach sits in the cuck chair is crucial. Oh my god. You would think, dude, out of everything, that you'd put Mario in the cuck. Why is there a cuck chair there? Wait, what is this from and why is there a bed in there? It was like Peach captured in here in one of the games. You would think that Mario would be in the cuck chair because of like all of those memes where Peach actually secretly wants to be with Bowser and Bowser's actually a person in a costume. But Mario and Bowser getting it on? All right. Peach appears on screen. The diabolical freaky Bowser. Dude, this looks old. I probably watched that as a kid, man. Mario about to get the sloppiest of toppies from that Luma. Dude, I thought we were about to take a look at something serious, and I don't know if the whole video is going to be like this, to be honest with you guys. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, next post over here. Some people look at this and say Silver Surfer looked better in 2007. I actually still haven't watched Fantastic Four, but guys, look at that. Look at that, man. It is so unbelievably well done. Look at the reflection. Look at the eyes. And people are complaining about the eyes, too. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be one of those guys, but you're flat out just a hater at this point if you're somebody who prefers how it was in 2007, because that's crazy. That is insanely good looking, okay? People saying her pupils... Oh, see, that's what I was saying. People saying her pupils are a bad creative choice is beyond me. She's not a soulless being. She was once simply a mother from another world. Stripping humanizing aspects hinders scenes where you could see how she felt without words. Dude, look at these, man. This is great. I love the pupils in the Silver Surfer. She looks way better than in 2007. That's absolutely crazy what people are talking about. What if I think both look cool than what somebody said? True. Yep. I think both look cool, to be honest with you, but the 2025 version is superior. I ain't gonna lie, for 2 decades later, this isn't some huge leap from 07. I mean, yeah, I guess I understand the point, but I still think it looks excellent, to be honest. I would say that needlessly gender swapping a male character for diversity quotas. Okay, we're not going to be talking about that. YouTube, I'm very grateful to be on this platform. We're just taking a look at viral posts when it comes to reporting news, movies, and what the internet's been talking about. We're not talking about these types of things. Okay. I'm talking about from a purely visual standpoint that the 2025 version is much, much, much better. Okay. Let's continue on over to Pop Crave again. Emma Watson spoke with Jay Shetty about her complicated relationship with J.K. Rowling. I could only imagine. I think it's my deepest wish that I hope people who don't agree with my opinion will love me, and I hope that I can keep loving people who I don't necessarily share the same opinion with. Dude, you just know that she just wants to bash and bash and bash and bash her over and over again. I know for a fact that Emma Watson just cannot stand that woman. She cannot stand J.K. Rowling, but she wants to be still involved with anything potentially with Harry Potter, man. Hey, there you go. Look at this. Hey, I'm on the ball today, aren't I? The most PR way to say I would like to keep receiving my checks. Yeah, you never know if they could make issues. I don't know if J.K. Yeah, you know what? She probably would be able to make issues. Let's continue on to the next post over here. Leonardo DiCaprio's kiss scene with Joanna Lumley, who was 66 at the time, in The Wolf of Wall Street took 27 takes. This was one of the most difficult scenes to shoot for him. This can't be real, right? I don't know who Oscar Race is. Hang on. 51.1, hang on, a film addict. 7.1k followers, it says under my webcam over here. This has got to be a joke. Oh, 27 takes? Yeah, right. What am I saying over here? Yeah, it's got to be a joke. 26.6 million views? I don't know. I guess it's always possible. I guess it's always possible. I do imagine her as 3 separate 22-year-old women. Dude, that is top tier humor right there. That is a very, very funny reply. It's like 150 Leonardo years. Dude, it's like 250, man. That's way too old for my guy. Now he knows all of his girlfriends feel, yeah. That's crazy, man. What are we looking at today, man? What are we looking at today? This is from Images That Make You Feel Pain, and it's a Mike Ehrmantraut Silver Surfer. What is this? This is how he's getting away from Walter. That's how he escaped at the end. And wait, we just have another reply with Gus. Why? What are we looking at today, man? There's a bunch of them over here. We got Walt and Jesse looking good over here, man. Looking good. We got... Dude, that's the best one. That's the best one we got. He actually looks good as Thing. Handle with care. We got Saul as Dr. Doom. And then Skylar. Oh my god. Skylar and Walter happy together. Look at this one. Oh my god. That is certainly a photo right there. Let's continue on. We got the whole team together over here. Dude, I thought, like, guys, if you're new to the channel over here, or if you're new to this series of videos, we have these things chosen out for us, and every once in a while, I'll throw in something that I'd also like to talk about in this, because I want to get an authentic reaction for these things. I came into this video thinking that I would have a bunch of, you know, news posts and things like that for us to take a look at, but I hope this video is still enjoyable. You know what? I'm enjoying looking at these things. Walter, I herald your end. I heard Galactus, Walter. So good, dude. So good. All right, let's keep going over here to, I guess it's just a promotional image. Hailee Steinfeld, Have Some Mercy. Now, this isn't something that I'm particularly going to comment on. It's a nice photo, but we're going to leave it at that. How many views did this one get? 1.2 million views to this one. Actually, you know, like, I'm speaking objectively over here because I do want to be respectful. I'm not going to comment on these things. This is definitely a better picture than you typically see, eh? But all right, I could definitely see why this was making circles. Josh Allen, Stay Winning. I would imagine that's her boyfriend. That's her husband. I'm not familiar with too much of Hailee Steinfeld, guys. I'm sorry about that. What a feed, this guy says. Hailee Steinfeld, Have Some Mercy. And then we have Sydney's... Wow. All right. The FYP knows this guy, that's for sure, right? Let's continue on over to Dwayne Johnson. Sorry. Dwayne Johnson says, there's nothing extreme about his recent weight loss. I'm in the process of slimming down where I play a 70-something-year-old man. It's the opportunity I have where I can immerse myself into something and disappear. I've seen this. That's a funny way to say, hey, I stopped taking steroids. I'm off the cycle. I'm a little too old for the steroids now. My dick doesn't work anymore. Let's see what some people had to say about this. Actors going through physical transformation for roles always impresses me. The dedication to the craft is something else. You know what? To be fair, you still do have to be dedicated if you're taking roids. You still have to work out, and you still have to lose weight, which is pretty good. But let's be honest, it wasn't like just hard work that he went through, eh? There you go. Denny Beggs saying I stopped taking steroids. Why can't he just admit it? It's not really a small part of it. I understand there's work through it too, but like you can contribute to like the way he looks at because of steroids. He's finally acting serious roles. Good for him. I didn't see a problem with what he was doing earlier. It just got a little bit repetitive to some people. It's just I was picky with my movies that I've watched from him, but if this is what he wants to do. Back over to the unserious stuff though. Axel talks film. Holy fuck, her silhouette. She is so fine. I've actually heard a lot of people talking about this. Dude, I've wanted to watch Peacemaker. We're going to pause this just in case we get copyrighted. 4 million views on this one, too. I've been wanting to watch Peacemaker, but I'm in the middle of watching The Last Kingdom, which is going to take me a while. And unfortunately, I got spoiled of this right here. But I know a lot of people have been talking about, and forgive me, I don't mean to be that guy. It's Millie Alice something. A lot of people are very happy. I think she's an excellent actress. I've watched her in House of the Dragons, and I think that's really all I've seen from her. And she played a really, really good role there. Of course, we saw her at the end of Superman, so I'm taking this a completely different route than the poster was taking it. I know, just obsessing over this girl, but I like her as Supergirl, and I'm excited to see, like, in all seriousness. I mean this respectfully, Superman, but I would. Yeah, Superman would murder you, sir. Dude, this encapsulates so much of what I'm seeing online. I understand that there's people who like what Superman used to be, but man, it was a good movie, and I'm convinced at the very least it was a decent movie, the new Superman movie. The amount of hate that I've seen for it from people just obsessing over Snyderverse or whatever it's called. It's unbelievable. And at this point, I just think they're flat out hating. I don't understand how you can be so obsessive. If you don't like this new Superman, don't watch it. Go watch the stuff that you like. The amount of hate that I'm actually seeing, and I keep meaning to make a video on that, it's ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. Gratos said, as long as we don't have to see her butterface. You know what? That is a particularly, I guess, unflattering image, I would say. Maybe. So that's what some people would say. I, of course, would never suggest such a thing, okay? In a million years of just... This is what some people are talking about, not myself, okay? Let's continue on over to Shrek over here in a quote tweet for discussing film. Shrek 5 has been delayed to June 30th, 2027. We saw this, and somebody said with 44.7 million views, this happened because everyone guessed the plot, so now they have to do the film from scratch. I would not be shocked if that's legitimately the reason that they're delaying it, because everybody was just assuming exactly what the story was going to be about, and you guys saw all the posts people were making, all the TikToks and things like that. Shrek, being part of the family in the swamp was your decision. And then even telling her love story. Dude, I think people were calling it to a T, man. Let's see what somebody replies. Yeah, he needs to come back. Yeah, we need this Shrek back, man. I've liked all the Shrek movies so far, but I was not looking forward to that particular storyline that everybody was talking about. Credit where credit is due. He was one of the first ones to share it. Shrek 5 in under 3 minutes. Let me guess. She's a rebellious girl who wants to explore the world, but Shrek, being the overprotective dad, doesn't let her go. In the end, he'll become a better father. Dude, that is only the beginning of it. I would imagine he explains it in detail in the 5 minutes. I'm sure that I've seen this TikTok, but I wholeheartedly believe, like, if you had a gun to my head and you said, give me the reason of why Shrek was delayed, I would say because the internet figured it out and everybody was making fun of the story. That's absolutely what I would say. But I know, like, it could be a variety of reasons. Laura said this about it. Wheelchair Laura said this about it. LMAO, look at one look on their daughter's hair, and we already know what the plot's going to revolve around her being rebellious. Dude, you know what? Something that a lot of people aren't ready to talk about, which, again, I would never in a million years suggest such a thing, is that you can oftentimes look at somebody and what they have going on with their hair, and you could predict some particular things about people and some particular stories about somebody like Shrek's daughter. I, of course, again, would never suggest such a thing because everybody is unique. Everybody is such an individual, and we should never base somebody, anything off of people's appearances. I would never in a million years suggest such a thing, but that's just what some people would say about the situation, okay? I'm willing to bet money that's the exact reason for the delay. Yeah. I I would be willing to bet money on it. Don't get me wrong. Well, let's see what the odds are, actually. Did we get some plus money on that? Let's see what some other people had to say. Oh, we're moving on to the next topic. Discussing Film also posted this. Dave Bautista says he doesn't want to work with assholes on film sets anymore because life is too short. I want to make the most of it. I don't want to hear people bitching, complaining, moaning, and groaning about doing something we're all fortunate enough to be doing and making. It depends who he's talking about. I'm not super involved in the actor world, but I feel like I've heard Dave Bautista having issues with people before. I don't quote me on that. Take what I said with a grain of salt. It's just, I don't know if it's him being the a-hole. But you know what? Maybe I have a day job that I go to. There's a lot of people that I don't like. There's a lot of assholes out there. So maybe it's probably the same case over there. Nothing worse than someone complaining about their $1 million day job while the crew works 16-hour days. They work as well. I understand. It's just you have to understand what kind of situation that you're in. At the end of the day, with the amount of money that he's making, there's nothing that could ruin my day over at work. I'd be happy to be at work every day making that money. So I'm kind of more so with this post over here. Let's continue on to another reply. He's definitely talking about Chris Pratt. Yeah. Yeah. He would, him and Chris Pratt probably don't get along. Or maybe Chris Pratt gets along with him. Dude, I so see a world where Chris Pratt gets along with Dave, but Dave does not get along with Chris Pratt. I could so see that being the case. But then again, I sit back and I think with all of these people, you don't know their true feelings on things because I'm basing that off of the things that Dave Bautista has went and spoken about publicly, you know, revolving the world and things like that. But then I sit back and think, okay, this could just be something that they're told to say. We never really know these people's opinions because they are bought and sold. They quite literally act for a living. So I don't know. I kind of take back what I said over there. I've been changing my tune on that a little bit. At some point, you got to ask yourself, am I the asshole? This guy'd love Reddit, somebody said. But yeah, I feel like that I've seen a little bit more, and maybe this is kind of suggesting the same thing that I was just wondering a second ago. Let's keep on going over here to the Hollywood Handle, a quote tweet from Stranger Things. I have to say the whole 80s bicycle nostalgia aesthetic worked well when they were children. Doesn't quite hit the same now that they're all 45. Unfortunately, I agree with that. I know a ton of people are very, very excited about Stranger Things, guys, and I'm happy for you. I'm particularly not excited. Like, my wife is excited for it. I'm going to be watching it. I'll be supporting it. It's just going to be too weird. It's going to be way too weird. It's to the point where it's not believable. All of these kids are flat out grown up now, and it took way too long. They kind of ruined it in that sense, in my opinion. If it's that good, then maybe we can get over it, but I struggle to see myself enjoying it like nearly as much as I did the first time watching it. F Stranger Things, someone said, but nah, more adults should ride bikes. I don't see anything wrong with Stranger Things, and I do believe that adults should ride more bikes. It's very good for you. Yeah, see, this is exactly what it feels like, man. That's exactly what it feels like when I'm going to be watching Stranger Things. Making a franchise built on teenage kids means you have to move quick before they age out of the roles. This show felt like past its prime in season 3. Dude, you can't be serious. This is them at the season 3 premiere. How did they age out? It's a little bit better here still. Like, I think it was okay season 3, but I'm talking about now. Like, now they're all flat out adults. And excuse me if you hear my notification over there. It's too much. This you can do. What they've worked with so far, they can do. I'm so sorry. Sorry about my notifications there, guys. My wife's... Again, my daughter is going for a nap right now, and she's up, and she's having trouble putting her down for a nap. Or, like, getting her to sleep, okay? Anyways, what I was saying, this is acceptable, but to the point that they're all that now, where they are, like, just grown up, it's way too far from what we've seen in Stranger Things Season 1. This is a little bit grown up, but that's acceptable. I don't understand why they can't move that quick, man. Like, I miss when I was growing up and shows kind of just like went like that, you know? That's why I love Invincible so much. They're already 5 seasons in. I feel like I just finished watching season 4. They're already pumping out season 5, and I'm excited for it. You know what, guys? Speaking of Invincible, why don't you check out our review for Invincible right here? I would love to have you over there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.